literally teach you how to print money, how to get to the paper a lot faster with business credit, personal credit. Is your business in need of funding? Listen up. Struggling to secure the funding that your business needs? We got the solution. Stop playing with it.
Hey guys. Hey guys, it looks like Don is just running a few minutes behind, so he should be joining here in just a few minutes. Just wanted to thank everybody for jumping on. Vine you said Don will be joining shortly, is that correct? Okay, perfect. Listen, if you guys are in the chats, why don't you drop in where you're from? I know Don gets around a lot, so it's not just here in Michigan. So, and rename, because I think a few people are joined using a different link maybe. So rename where you're from, and love to see where everybody is at. And if you're from Michigan, that's great because I'm in Michigan too. So I see we got North Carolina in the house. That's awesome. But yeah, definitely rename your and South Carolina. Fantastic. Rename if you're not if your name isn't showing up properly, please rename so I can see all who's on and everything. So Don put this together to kind of let him and his community and other people know about e-commerce. So my husband and I have been in e-commerce since 2008, actively across all three of the main marketplaces, Amazon, eBay, and Walmart. Amazon obviously is the biggest one. So definitely looking forward to more people joining. There's like 3,700 new accounts every single day that on Amazon in particular, not to mention eBay and Walmart. Walmart is still a closed marketplace. At JJC Unlimited, which is the company that my husband and I run, we have put together a couple different options. One is a done for you situation, little higher ticket price, but then we do all of the work that is necessary in order to get your stores up and running and get you connected to where you want to be. So it's only limited by the amount of inventory capital that you have to spend. So we walk you through getting your store set up. It is always best practices to have a company, not yourself personally start the store. So you would have a company in whatever state that you want to start a company in, have your EIN number and resale certificate so you're not paying sales tax on the products that you buy. There's really three different ways to go about it, or three different strategies. So one is a wholesale strategy where you buy your product up front after you've done some research to make sure that it's selling, and you find a distributor or manufacturer to buy from. Get yourself set up as an account and you purchase inventory. So maybe it's $2,000, $5,000, $10,000, or $50,000 or more. You buy that inventory up front and either have them ship it in directly to the marketplace for Amazon and Walmart, or you have a warehouse, or you connect with a 3PL warehouse in order to make that happen. And then they label it and ship it out on your behalf to clients that are buying it. And that kind of ties up your money a little bit because you're having to spend money up front with the wholesale in order to make that happen. But the good part is that your return or your profit on that inventory typically is higher. But there's also a little bit of risk because if you bought inventory and let's say demand for that product changes, then you're kind of sitting there with that inventory. Or you need to figure out, okay, how can I bundle this to make it more appealing to people or customers that are buying your product? So there's lots of different strategies with that. Or there's something called private label, which is you actually develop a brand, trademark it, get a logo created, and it's kind of like building a better mousetrap. So you figure out something that is really popular, but maybe there's some things that people don't like about it, so that you have the ability to improve that product, or sell it underneath your brand. And again, you're still buying that inventory up front and then either shipping it in or holding that inventory that's there. And then the other model is a little bit of both. So it's kind of, I call it the hybrid model. So you start off getting a whole bunch of listings in your store based on the distributors that are here in the United States that you ship directly from to the end user and customer. So this is not like buying from Walmart and selling on Amazon, or buying from eBay and selling on Amazon, or vice versa. This is actual distributors that have and manufacturers that have products available, shipping directly on your behalf when orders come through your store. That way you're not having to spend a lot of money out in inventory ahead of time. And so you pay for that inventory after it sells. And it's just a lot easier on the cash flow side of things. But it's really about the quantity of listings that you have available and out there. That is the three different strategies that we leverage and for our clients. The fourth one actually is we do sell directly to Amazon and Walmart, or assist clients in doing that. So essentially they are the vendor for Walmart and Amazon to sell their products from. So just to give you a little bit of history about JJC Unlimited, we opened this company. There's Don. Hey,
Yeah.
Don.
Hey, what's going on, Julianne? I was just waiting, just rushing, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm back. I'm here.
All
All right.
right, that's awesome. That's awesome. I was talking to Vine for a second, and she's like, "Go ahead and get started." So I kind of jumped in, but if you want to do a quick introduction, I'd be happy to let you.
Okay, yeah, I'm just making some adjustments right now. I'm like, okay. But everybody, y'all can hear me clearly, man. This is Don the Credit Guy over here at High Level Bosses, man. I'm excited to have everybody here at the webinar, man. And I'm just letting y'all know, to put y'all in position, it takes steps, right? You know what I'm saying? From like, if you're not here, if you don't have this capital to invest, I can get you there. I can get you guys funded. So y'all tap in, reach out to me, and we're gonna take it from there. I'm just so proud to bring like Julianne and Jeremiah at JJC Unlimited here at High Level Bosses, because what they're going to do is turn y'all up on a monthly basis. You getting cash flow, you know what I'm saying, within the next couple of months, you know what I'm saying? So it's just big things we doing right now. We turning up. Julianne and Jeremiah, they first up, you know what I'm saying? But after them, it's more to come, you know what I'm saying? And we just going to continue to keep elevating y'all, because at the end of the day, if you got 100K now, that 100K don't matter. It don't matter if you're not at least making like 10% or 20% of that on a monthly basis. So just that's something to remember. Multiple streams of income is very important. Julianne and Jeremiah, that's your first step. So yeah, with no further ado, you know what I'm saying? That was my introduction. And yeah, let's go.
Absolutely. So Jeremiah is kind of like my wizard behind the curtain, so to speak. So he's really big on the data and technology end of things. So at the end of every quarter, we have to go through and reconcile all the accounts, make sure everything matches up with vendor costs and shipping and what they're selling for. And we look at it on a hourly basis, if not sooner than that. But he puts together all those reports for us and sent out to clients, so they have a full reconciliation about what was spent, what was brought in. All monies get deposited into your business bank account. They don't come through us. And then we bill on an 80-20 split. So you would retain 80%, and then we do 20% at the end of every quarter, because it's partners, right? So we may be doing the day-to-day work, but it's your inventory capital, and you are the store owner, the business owner, and we are simply a service provider for you. So that is how everything kind of works. So I told you we've been doing this since 2008. So back in 2008, I started working for an entrepreneur as his purchasing director, and I was his sixth employee. He was doing about $250,000 in sales a year. And I ended up running the company within 2 years and grew it to 100 employees. We had 3 warehouses here in Michigan, and we were doing over $40 million a year just with the one company. And I worked for him for about 8 years, and private equity was kind of snooping around to buy him out. And I didn't want to start all over again. So Jeremiah and I decided that it was time for us to start our own company, and we did that, and simply replicating what I did for that company to all of our clients and getting them scaled. One of the things that we do provide is a couple of guarantees. One, you have guaranteed cash flow within the first 60 days. So it takes me, with the hybrid model, it takes about 2 to 4 weeks to get everything connected because we directly connect distributors, manufacturers to the back end of your store so that inventory and orders and tracking all flow seamlessly and in real time in order for us to stay on top of things. None of our clients compete with one another. And then we also guarantee at least $10,000 of cash flow within the first 90 days after signing our contract and coming on board with us. Because you can't always see what happens in the first couple of weeks, even though I say, hey, we got the first vendor connected, we got the second vendor connected, whatever that looks like. But you want to be able to see as soon as listings go up and sales start generating, so you can see that in the back office of your store, no matter what platform that you come on with. And to what Don was saying, you really want to have multiple streams of income, and that's why we work with the 3 big marketplaces. We do some Shopify as well, but you're looking at paying for eyeballs to come and look at your store, where on Amazon, eBay, and Walmart, people are already to buy, right? They wouldn't be on those marketplaces unless they were looking for something to buy. So it's a really, really more profitable in a sense, even though they do take a percentage, obviously, before they deposit into your account. But you have to think about what the end game is. So do you want to pay for advertising, or do you want to pay one of those marketplaces who already have ready, willing, and able consumers to buying their products? So what I wanted to kind of do for Don and the community is, I'm sure you guys have been some interest, or you've thought about, how this works. So I want to answer some questions that you guys have, whether it's about us or about e-commerce in general. There's always been a lot of media out by it. COVID did nothing but expedite our business industry in that particular niche, because it forced everybody to buy online, even though it was growing exponentially even before then. But you're talking about a $7.2 trillion market in this year in the United States market alone. And then we also sell in other markets, whether it's Mexico, Canada, Europe, Saudi Arabia, as well. So there's a lot of opportunity out there. So I'd like to be able to, if you guys want to ask a question, love for you to put it in the chat, and I would definitely be answering these live. So ask anything that you want to know about e-commerce or about us in general. So I've got some questions and waiting out there. So Don, you and I have known each other for several months now. And what common questions do you get asked about e-commerce? Oh, you're on mute, Don.
All right, finally, I'm unmuted. Okay, bet. Like one of my questions that I know everybody's question it is about right now, like, is the hot product. You know what I'm saying? What are the products that actually sell when there are like different time frames, like seasons? That's just another niche, I would think, like, for the holidays. But let's go go into that? Like, like with the products and the demand for
Absolutely.
the products, and how does that work? Like the hot products, because you got a lot of people that's got Amazon stores, and you got some of them that's just struggling to find the right data to get to those to get to, to sell those products. And I know that's what
Oh,
you guys
absolutely.
specialize in. So yeah, that's a major question for a lot of people, I would think.
So it definitely takes a lot of data, and we invest heavily in the software and technology in order to get that data and scrape the sites in order to get the best information. What's funny is that the most profitable products and the most products that we sell are the most unsexy products that are out there. So I tend to stay away from fashion. I tend to stay away from jewelry, from shoes, for a number of reasons. But the biggest one is, that's based on somebody on the supply and demand. And so a lot of the products that we sell are consumables, meaning that it's stuff that you use every single day and that you have to reorder. So we do some health and beauty. We do a lot of pet products. We do a lot of sporting goods and outdoor niche. We do a lot of machine part products, right? Because those aren't really a seasonal item. It's something that kind of carries a lot of sales all year round. I mean, there's a little bit of seasonality because people are gift buying when it comes into, the holiday season, right? So fourth quarter, biggest time of the year for us, busiest time of the year. Just out of our warehouse alone, we're doing, gosh, almost 10,000 packages, a week out of our warehouse here in Michigan. And we only ship out a very small percentage of the products that we sell because everything else is already in at Amazon or at Walmart. So we're shipping out eBay orders and then a few larger items for clients and consumers that we are stocking their inventory versus them shipping it in because of the cost, right? So we have about 45,000 square foot warehouse just a few miles from our home that we do that out of. And it's to leverage for our clients and to give them some added needs. So a lot of times when you're talking about products, it could be stuff as boring as like sewing machines. We do a little bit in technology. So I don't do cell phones, but I do some accessories. We do a lot of cables, a lot of extra storage pieces and things of that nature. So if somebody's looking for extra gigabytes in storage for their computers and their phones and things like that, we do. I've done televisions in the past. We import products, like I import honey from the Black Forest in Hungary. So it's very random. I don't do a lot of perishable items. You might say, well, honey's perishable. Actually, honey's good for like 10 years, when it's in the jar. So it's not as perishable as one might think. Um, yeah, it's really the non-sexy items, honestly. So like machine parts, what I'm talking about is anything from a golf cart to a tractor, lawnmower, weed whip, snow blower. I mean, you got it. Obviously, there's a little bit of seasonality like with snowblower, but think about just with your lawnmowers, right? So in the East Coast here in Michigan, it's getting fall. So you may be cutting your, one more time and then you don't you cut your lawn again until the winter time, right? But all out west and in the Midwest, they're cutting their grass all year long. So they use a lot more lawnmower parts than somebody else. So, it's funny, but these are the unsexy items are my most profitable items in the world. And so as a client of ours, I always tell everybody, if you have something that is absolutely no, I'm not going to sell, then you need to tell me. But otherwise, I'm going to give you parts and listings and products that sell. I don't care what they are, right? As long as they're profitable, I don't really have like, would you care, Don, if you're making 5, 10, 15, $20,000 a month? Do you care what you sell or do you just want to make the money?
Scale. That's all I care about is scaling. So let's whatever product works, let's go.
Exactly. And it's funny because, I get some people who are like, oh, I really want a fashion brand. I love that you really want a fashion brand. Then that means you want to do a private label. And that takes a lot of money up front. And because you've got to develop the brand, you got to, get a manufacturer for it. I can help you with that. You got to create a logo and a trademark. And you want to create a brand, which means you're going to do social media marketing. You're going to do Amazon marketing or whatever marketplace or Shopify that you're doing. It costs a lot more money up front. your profit margins can be higher, right? But you're also taking a really big risk because you got to buy that product up front versus selling products that I know are already selling that I've got data on and it's recent data, right? So I can pull data for the whole year, but what matters most is what's been selling in the last 30 days because people's, change. What you bought 6 months ago may not be the same thing that you buy now for a number of reasons. And so you have to keep very, very current data in every single product that you're buying to make sure that it's still going to sell or is make sure it's possible, right? So Don, I get people ask me, they're like, well, okay, if you buy a product and it's not selling, what do you do then? Well, you got to figure it out, meaning that I've got to come up with a solution. So maybe we bundle it with something else, or maybe I sell it to another distributor because we have distributor clients as well. So you might not be making as big of a profit, but you're going to sell the whole bunch of them, like say a pallet, at that cost. So there's always a
Right.
solution to figure out a way to sell the product, right? Maybe you need better pictures on the product. So we need to get, out there and get some better pictures. We always optimize the listings and you're putting keywords and everything in there. People don't read it when they buy it, but when they search for a product, it's that keywords and the optimized listing that populates your listing at the top for them to choose from. People buy pictures, right? Because you're shopping on your iPhone, you're not shopping on a PC all the time. And so they buy pictures, not necessarily the descriptions, but the descriptions have to have all those words in there for the algorithm to understand, and you go for those. So. All right, what other questions do we got? So, Don, I don't care what the products are as long as they sell, right? And we agree
Right.
on that. That's the biggest thing. So,
Right.
um, I see a couple
Um,
other questions that are coming up. Oh, did you have
okay.
another one?
No, I was just like, this guy, Boniface Uganti, this guy from Africa, man. He listened to this guy, not Grant Cardone, but it was just Ty. I think this guy's name Ty, right?
Hi, Lopez. Yeah.
Ty Lopez. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So he's the guru, you know what I'm saying, of the e-commerce, or
Mhm.
the internet marketing field. So, yeah, I just seen how he put those ads together, and he basically it was a product, and he was like just mimic those products that's selling. And I made a couple of sales. I sold a couple of cat items, like for pet cat items, and
Yeah.
it's just have that type of knowledge or have that type of feel for it. The actual data is very important. So the scalability with that, like you know, you guys have top notch quality. Like, how does that work? Like with the data, like, you know.
Right. So Jeremiah, who you can see right here, and he hates to be on these things, but he promised because it was you that he would be on here. So it might take me a little bit to get him to talk. He's not shy. He just hates to be in front of crowds, which
I'm
is
kind of
funny.
shy myself, but Jeremiah, man, you on another level, man. And just hey, you guys, hey, y'all out here crushing it, man. You
What's
know,
going on, Don? Yeah.
hey, what's
So
up,
from a,
Jeremy? Yeah.
so from a data perspective, so basically I pull a bunch of different I have a few different tools that I use for software, and I basically feed Julie what I come up with in terms of profitability. I look at all the metrics like your product cost, shipping, platform fees, all that stuff, and we come up with a profit number that we share with the clients every month. So they have a breakdown of what their product costs are, so what they've spent, and then their bottom line profit number.
No doubt, no doubt.
So then I take that, reverse engineer it, and find the best distributors that are either the manufacturer or the closest to the manufacturer to get the best price or the best deal on those products, and then bring them into our fold. Because 50% of our company is clients. The other 50% are distributors and manufacturers because you can't have one without the other, right? If I have too many clients that I don't have enough products to fill their stores with because our clients don't compete with one another, we're off balance, and vice versa. If I have too many clients and not enough products, then we're in trouble as well. So the average, I got a question, the average total product should you have, so that the number of listings or products that you should have in your store to start out. There is no magic number for us. It is a numbers game, because I am working for you to automate your store, and let's say you have $25,000 to spend, then I need to make sure that you have enough products in your store to run that not just once, but maybe twice per month, in order to do that. So that means I've got to have 500 to 5,000, then 10,000 listings, which is 10,000 different products or SKUs that's in your store in order to do that. Because I know, I mean, there's a formula in the background that says, I know if I have 5,000 listings in your store, I know I can pretty much approximate how much you're going to generate in sales based on how many of those products sell, right? So it's not that they don't all sell, they do, but how many are going to sell at the same time, whether it's the first week, first day, first month. And so it's a numbers game when it comes to that. So we want to flood your store with as many listings as we can. And through our automated system, we have that ability to talk in real time between your store and the distributor to populate. So when I bring on these vendors and distributors, they may have 50,000 part numbers in their catalog, and I'm going to put them all up, put in our pricing, put in the map pricing, put in the MSRP. Like Jeremiah was saying, he's got to know based on the dimensions of the products that's in their feeds, what the shipping's going to be cost on them if they don't have a flat rate shipping. Put all that together neat and tidy so it spits out, hey, you can sell this for that, and then keep within 2% of the buy box on Amazon. And Walmart and eBay are individual listings, so you just need to make sure that you're competitive, which we are, that when we're out there.
So
We
that's a
always
good
start
point.
stores off aggressively. What's that, Jeremiah?
That's a good point. Explain to them, because I bet a lot of people out here don't know on Amazon how that buy box works.
Absolutely. So when you put together, Amazon says, okay, if there's 2 people on the listing or 1 person on the listing, or if there's 20 or 30 people, they will determine what the price is. So Amazon does shopping. So back in the day, when there wasn't online or interwebs or internet, they would go and price shop other competitors. So like Walmart would go to, I'm trying to think of another store that Walmart competes with, like what used to be Kmart back in the day, right? And they would price shop them, or Target price shops Walmart and vice versa. Well, Amazon does it on a whole nother level, because Amazon has the tools and the ability and the technology to do that. And that's why they're #1 marketplace right now. So Amazon determines, it says this should be the buy box price, meaning that this should be the average price. And if you're too high, they will suppress your listing. If you're too low, they will suppress your listing. So in order to be competitive, for that buy box to rotate between the number of sellers that are within 2% of the buy box price, then that you have to have good ratings in your store, means you have to have a healthy store, on-time shipping, no lates or anything like that. Your price has to be within 2% of what Amazon says that price should be at. And then you have to have all of that together, and that buy box will rotate, meaning that if you, me, and Don all have listings for the same product, Don's going to get a sale, then it's going to go to Jeremiah, then it's going to come to me, and then it just keeps literally rotating around, based on the algorithm that Amazon puts out, right? But that's how they determine. They price shop other across the whole internet in order to say this is what the price should be, and then they make you stay within that 2% margin of that price.
Okay. I got somebody else asking a question. Ask the question here.
Absolutely.
Ask question here. And matter of fact, I got another question too. Ask the question here. And then the next question. I'm trying to think about it.
No, and I just wanted to let everybody know that I was here. I know, Julian, we had spoke before. This is Boss Lady Knows. I think we spoke earlier on the phone. Like I mentioned to Julian, I also have a Amazon store. So my question to Julian, so when a person decides to partner with you and do maybe the hybrid that you're offering, do they have to pay for their store fee separate from your fee, or is it bundled together under your contract?
Yep. So under our contract so Amazon charges $39.99 a month, and Walmart charges the same, and eBay ranges depending on what size of store, subscription of store that you purchase. They start out at about $21.95, I think. So that would come off of your credit card because it's your store. So it's not included in the contract. And then with Amazon specifically, after you sell $10,000 worth of product, they require to have liability insurance. There's a couple of companies that we have always worked with for this type of insurance that Amazon requires, and that ranges starting at about $27 a month, and it scales up. So when you get to about $50,000 a month in sales, you're going to be paying about $50 to $60 a month for that liability insurance. So those would be the two outside fees that are outside of the contract.
Okay. Again, high level bosses, this your girl, Boss Lady Knows. Just wanted to let y'all know that I am in the group. I do have another question. So when you said you have 3 different sectors that you can choose from: the hybrid, the one from the distributor, and then where basically you're selling your own products, right?
Correct. Yep.
Okay, so what would you suggest a newcomer coming into Amazon, don't really know what they want to sell, don't really know the margins as far as the price points or anything like that? What would you suggest be the best program for them to start in?
Absolutely. So I would always suggest starting in the hybrid model unless they have an actual product that they, want to launch or want us to launch for them. And a couple reasons for it. So the biggest one is it's the least amount of risk because you're not outlaying so much money in wholesale at first. But there's 2 main pros and cons to it, right? So whether you do wholesale or whether you do the hybrid model, wholesale, you're going to have a little bit higher ROI. Generally speaking, what we have done in the past and what we do, every account is different. I'll be honest with you, because every product is different. But wholesale typically is 20 to 30% minimum, and then it can just go up from there depending on what products that you have. So there's not really an average, but the minimum is between 20 and 30% from what we have done historically and what we do currently for our clients for that. The hybrid model is a lot lower than that for like the first 30 to 60 days. The ROI on your inventory spend starts off at about 4 to 8%. And you're like, well, what the heck? Well, there's 2 things. So one, with the hybrid model, you don't pay for the product until it sells. So by the time that it sells, you're going to get your money back in roughly 14 days because Amazon deposits bi-monthly, right? And so you don't have really any risk in that circumstance, or at least it's very little risk. So it does start off with a much lower margin. And then as your sales grow, so like if we get past day 60 of live and selling, then they do inch up, but it kind of levels off between 12 and 15% return on the hybrid model. That's why after you've been selling for about 3 months or so, I go through, choose your top sellers, and we go back and do a bulk buy with about 30% of your inventory spend. So 70% is coming back to you every 14 days at, let's say, 10 to 12% return. And then I'm going to take 30% of your inventory capital and assign that to your top sellers that have been selling out of your store. So it's real-time data, and we will get a lower cost of goods because we're buying in a bulk setting and taking possession of that inventory versus paying after the sale, if that makes sense. So that 70% being returned every 14 days and 30% that is in that 20 to 30 and higher profit margin is really kind of the best scenario that we have been able to put together, right? So I love cooking, so I'm all about recipes, and that's our recipe for success that we have found is 70% doing the direct ship and 30% bulk buys, which increases your ROI.
Okay, perfect. So basically, in the beginning, you're doing like a rough draft to see which products are going to sell the best. Once you get an idea of what products sell the best, you're going to take those, buy those wholesale, and that way they can sell at a constant rate on your store.
That is correct. That is correct. And it's a rinse and repeat. So you're always putting more and more ads in the store. That doesn't stop. And it just because you're always going to find that next big thing, right? And so it's not that the older listings go away or that those sales drop off. That's not it at all. It's just that we want to kind of cherry pick the top sellers for your store specifically, because there's not as we have opened so many stores, and there's never two stores that opens the same, and never two products that always sell the best in one. And because our clients don't
Absolutely.
compete with one another, it just, I need to know what's going to work for your store and for you as a client based on what inventory capital you have available, that helps with the cash spend and things like that. So for that done for you model, that's what I tell my clients. They need to come to us and have the ability to have at least $30,000 to $50,000 available in inventory spend. And that's on a monthly basis. Because once you start cash flowing after a few months, I can turn that twice in 1 month, because you get deposits bi-monthly, right? So let's say you're leveraging your credit card, and then you have $30,000 to spend. We spend 30,000 in that first 14 days, you're going to get a deposit. And then you pay that down. So that gives me another 30. So that 30 really turns into 60 after you've been cash flowing for a couple of months and have the ability to turn that twice in 1 month. And sometimes 3 in 1 month in the fourth quarter. It doesn't happen a lot, but it does happen just because sales increase that much.
Yeah, due to Christmas and everything.
Yeah. It's definitely the holiday spirit, right? Thank you for your questions too. Do you have any others?
I do. The number one thing that I was scared of when I started my Amazon store was chargebacks or returns. With the chargebacks or returns, do you as the person owning the store have to handle that, or does Amazon have a program to where they handle the returns and make sure the customer gets their money back? Because I know they live up to their, prime promise or 30-day money back guarantee or whatever. So
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I've
Amazon
had an
definitely
instance.
is customer centric. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. I've had
So
an instance
Amazon
with my
does have
store with that.
you did? What happened?
What the customer asked for a return, and then of course they went ahead and gave them their money back. But by the time, because I was shipping from my house instead of the fulfillment center or a warehouse. And so by the time I got the
Yeah.
product, it wasn't even the product that I sent to them.
Yes, yes. Unfortunately, there are scammers out there, and we've encountered not a lot, but we've encountered a fair amount. We got a package back once that had I think a clearly used face mask in it, or the wrong product was sent back to us and not the one that was sold, and different things. So we do handle your returns in our warehouse. I've never had a client take me up on it where they want the returns. So what happens with us is that as soon as a return is generated, the marketplace, we do set it up for auto so that they do get refunded in the timely manner, no matter what marketplace it is, unless it's a product that there's a couple products that we don't accept returns on because if they're opened or unusable, after that. And so, but that's not Amazon. That would be on an eBay situation or Walmart. Where we allow that. Amazon really doesn't allow you to not accept returns for that reason. So because they're very customer centric, and people will open up an A to Z claim or something like that to try to circumvent having to ship the product back. And so they get the product for free, and that's essentially what they do. But so how it works with us is returns do go back to our warehouse. They get scanned in, and the second they get scanned in, Jeremiah developed code so that they automatically list on your store as a open box or used item, which is a designation based on Amazon. So for Amazon, we would do open box, provided all the parts and pieces are there and nothing is missing. We will sell it as open box. If after a couple of months it doesn't sell, then we do donate it to local foundations and different entities right here in Michigan, and then give you the slip for that return. But unfortunately, because you're dealing in any kind of commerce, returns are a thing, but that's how we handle it for all of our clients, unless you tell me that you want to handle your own returns, and then I'm happy to leave that address set to your place. But our returns in general are always below 8%. Electronics gets a little bit higher. Electronics can get into like 15 to 20%, depending on what sub niche that you're in electronics field. But that's how we handle them.
Okay. We also have another question on here. Somebody was asking, do you offer any type of financing? I guess financing for the packages that you contract out.
Absolutely. We do have some type of a few payment plans that we do have available for them to be able to do that. But Don is the credit god. So if it's not something that we can work out, he always has those options available to you guys for sure. I did see somebody. Yeah, exactly. So I will hook you up with him, but you already know him because that's how you got on this webinar. So, somebody was asking how much is the hybrid package. So for those particular duns where it's done for you, if you want one store, so if you're looking for, and I would always recommend to do Amazon because they are the largest, it's a $35,000 onboarding fee and then an 80-20 split after every quarter for that. So 80-20 off the profits, not off the sales. And that's really important. I would love to do off sales, but that's not fair, right? So we do want to be good business partners. And so we do it off after on the profit versus the sales, which means it's after fees and everything else. And then if you want 3 stores, it's 55,000 onboarding fee and still the same 80-20 split at the end of every quarter and end of every reconciliation that we send over along with the invoice with that. So with the 3 stores, you would do an Amazon and an eBay right out of the gate. And then after about 2 or 3 months of success in those 2 platforms, then we do the application for Walmart because Walmart is still a closed marketplace. So you have to apply for it. But once you have a successful eBay and Amazon store up and running, it's really, I haven't gotten not approved yet when I have those done like that. So that's how we apply. So after a couple months, then we'll do the application for Walmart and get that store running. So the biggest reason for the onboarding fees, like opening up an Amazon store or an eBay or Walmart isn't hard, right? But the technology that we have to put in and put in place to connect your stores in real time with the distributors, the connection to all my distributors that we've worked, for almost 20 years putting together and adding to all the time, that's why the onboarding fee is there, because there's a lot of work to get done with that. And for us, the first year of any store, no matter what marketplace it is or your own website, the first year is always the hardest because it's the most amount of work to get you scaled up to where you're going to be and then putting that together. And then it's year 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 that are the best because then it's a maintenance situation versus scaling your store and getting it to where you need to be on that first year.
Yeah. I think I have, is anybody asking any questions right now?
There was a couple of them. I think I've hit them all so far. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then as far as the competitive edge, that to keep people a step ahead when it comes to these Amazon stores, you guys have 3 warehouses, right? You have one in Michigan and a couple of other ones, right? Warehouse.
So we have 2 here in Michigan actually, and then 1 in Nevada.
One in Nevada. Okay. All right. So
one in Nevada we don't own, but we own the 2 here in Michigan. Yeah.
So does that play a major part? You know what I'm saying, to separate your clients from other Amazon store owners because they got the competitive edge with having, access to the warehouse to where if the product is not working, they can literally just sell it for the wholesale if they got to, and continue to, like you said, wash, rinse, and repeat. So how, that was my question about the competitive edge, with that, just having access.
Having our own warehouse was a big deal, and that was something that we said that we had to do right out of the gate for us and the company because it was important to do that. It's expensive to use 3PLs or 4PL services, because there's warehouses across the United States that you can leverage. including Amazon and Walmart, but they charge a very big penny for that. And so for us to be able to leverage that for our clients is a big savings to them, because it costs money to keep the lights on and pay insurance and pay employees and have the software and computers and stuff that are there. All the labels and boxes and tape that we go through on a weekly basis is insane. But it's also, to the benefit for us and for our clients, because we can give them a better service. I always talk about, I grew up in a restaurant where we had to give good customer service, right? And I feel like that's kind of far and few between nowadays sometimes. And, but it really is. And so that's just, it's something that we're proud to be able to have that. And we take a lot of pride in that, because it's important, right? I mean, you would be our clients, and that's important to us. And you're important to us because your goals become our goals and targets as well. Because I know that you need to hit these marks and hit these benchmarks, and it's our job to help you get there. Because it's really hard to do it by yourself. But when you've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 pairs of hands that are helping you do that, it becomes a lot lighter work because more people are carrying the weight of it. And that's important to us to be able to do that. So somebody's asking, what do I mean by transportation side? So transportation, so when you buy a product, right? So whether it's wholesale or a private label product, it's got to get to wherever it's being made and imported, or at least it's got to travel to our warehouse here in Michigan, or it can go direct to your store as in Amazon as well. And so that's really the only thing. We do unload containers. We have trucks that, drop off and delivers every single day, whether it's pallets or small package. And we have daily pickups from UPS, USPS, and FedEx as well, on a daily basis. So we do incorporate all of those, but there are some shipping costs. Obviously, anytime that you buy products or sell products, there's shipping costs involved in that. So we take care of as much as we can. But those fees will already be calculated in when we look at the product to see if it's a good product to buy or not.
Okay, so I have a question. The $35,000 fee, is that the initial startup fee? And then after that, it's monthly or quarterly based on what the profits are? Or is it like a monthly fee
Yep.
that you'll be paying in addition to the 35?
So the only monthly fees, in addition to that 35,000, which is a one-time fee, and the contract is for 12 months, and then it auto renews every month, every year or month after that. There's no additional fees for the onboarding after that. The only other monthly fees would be for your liability insurance after you sell $10,000 that Amazon requires, and then the monthly platform or marketplace fees that they charge. So which is $39.99 a month for Amazon. Walmart's $39.99 a month, and eBay can range from 21 to over 100, depending on how big your store is, and what store subscription that you have. So those are the only other fees that are accounted for in there.
All right. Another question. I got another question. As far as like the expansion of it, so you said you got a package to where 3 Amazon stores. You can do 3 Amazon stores for
So if you do 3 Amazon stores, you need 3 separate physical addresses, 3 separate companies. I never recommend starting with 3 stores of the same marketplace. It's legal in the terms of service as long as you're not selling the same items or products, okay? But Amazon tracks your IP addresses, Amazon tracks your email accounts and things like that. So I always do discourage that unless you are really, really adept and know what you're doing. So 3 stores would be Amazon, eBay, and Walmart typically. But you tell me how, what marketplaces. I'll tell you what what best practices are, but you tell me what marketplaces that you want to assign those to.
Oh, okay. All right. So basically, you're right. You're saying like that's growth. I see growth with that.
Yeah.
Being able to scale, and eventually, like the eBay could turn into another Walmart store or Amazon store, or the Walmart store could turn into an
Correct.
Amazon. Got it.
Yep.
Okay.
So you
And
tell
then-
me how you want to direct that.
No doubt. And then like the expansion of it all, like you could, like you guys registered these stores to sell like in the UK, Canada.
Yes. Yeah,
Different
you can
countries.
absolutely. The one thing in particular that Amazon does, even without anybody really doing that, once you sign up for North America, you automatically get Mexico and Canada as well. So Amazon will promote the products that you have in your store without costing you anything in those other countries. And in fact, they even you have to do a few accepts to have them shipped to there. But if you're willing to do that, they'll do that. And then you have to, those deposits will come into your bank account in whether it's pesos or Canadian dollar, which is a little bit different than the US dollar, obviously, if it's sold in the US market. So things that you need to take into consideration when you're importing to another country, even to Canada, right? Canada's next door neighbor. We can drive there. It takes 15 minutes from Detroit, or 10 if there's not enough traffic, right? So what happens is you have to pay GST and HST taxes when you go and ship your products to Canada to be sold on the Canadian market, if you're doing it intentionally, right? Your market automatically is available to open. So when you open up your Amazon store, it would be Amazon.com or Amazon US, and then there's Amazon Canada, Amazon Mexico, Amazon Germany, India, Saudi Arabia, whatever it is. There are different back offices that are there. So when you sell, so we have one of our clients is selling right now into Canada, and he made that decision in January of this year, and he says, okay, I'm ready to sell. We told him what the cost would be. We did all of the breakdown of what the shipping would be, the conversion, getting him set up with HST and GST taxes, and then actually shipping his product into Canada to be taken then to the Amazon warehouses there. So you have to understand the fees that are involved up front and how to accommodate that. But there's a lot of pros to doing that, right? So he's selling his products for more money in Canada than he is in the United States. Just because the Canadian market allows it. And so the prices are a little bit higher and more costly there. So he's making enough profit and then some, where his Canadian products, the products that he sells in Canada and the US, he actually makes more money off of them in Canada. But you have to understand that Canada is a smaller market than the United States. So even though he makes more money and it's a really good revenue stream for him, they just don't have the volume that the United States do.
Wow.
Does that answer your question, John?
Yeah. Yep. I got you. Yeah.
So as we wrap things up, is there anything else that anybody else wants to hear about or understand?
So the one thing I wanted
Yeah,
to talk to
question.
everybody about is Don was talking. I heard Don in the past talk about building assets to make them, you want to increase value over time. So with a store, what a lot of people don't realize is that store has a value. So if you go to a website like flippa.com and you look at what some of those Amazon stores are selling for on there, you'd be shocked. So we had a store with one of our clients in India. We started his store out, and probably about a year later, he says, hey, I'm thinking about selling my store. So we looked, his store was worth, and I can't remember the exact figure, I think it was about $350,000. And he says, I'm not selling it. So you can see, not just having a store, you're also building an asset.
So that store, that doesn't include inventory. Okay. That's just for the store that we had been running for him for years, to be able to sell that. So that does go on your balance sheet, to Jeremiah's point. And it's about the number of volume of sales that have gone through your store, the age of your store, the number of products you've been selling, and then your average profit margin. And obviously keeping your account health as high as it can be. And with Amazon, you have to be an A, because they don't let you be a B student. You have to be an A student with Amazon and keep all those metrics really high. That increases the value of your store, just like a brick and mortar store would. That is very much sold a lot of across Flippa, Empire Builder. There's several of them out there that will do free analysis of your store And as well as you can list your store on those sites as well. Lambo's in the house. Look at you.
Oh no, we're in for it now.
What's going on, JJC? What's up, Don, the credit card, man? What's up, man? High level boss family. How are y'all doing? Lambo been tapping in. I've been loving everything, all the energy y'all been bringing. Everybody is on here is known as Julianne and Jeremiah today. So shout out to all the Juliannes and Jeremiahs out there in the building, man, and really going on here and repping on here. We've been excited, man, just to be able to hear this. Don, I really want to first and foremost appreciate you and thank you for putting this together and allowing this amazing couple, man, to come to the community and really help bless this community, man, especially with the wisdom, the knowledge, and all their expertise of over the years of helping countless of other entrepreneurs really level up and scale up to the next level. And now you being able to introduce them to the community, man, is so much of a big thing for us, man. And Julie, as normal, man, she did her thing, man. It's the presentation, man, as well. And her co-partner, man, her co-partner in crime, Don, you know, Jeremiah, we call him J-Dog and J50, y'all. They definitely did their thing, man. The only thing was missing that I'm a little bit upset about, Don, and you got to go ahead and correct me about this. They don't got on the high-level bosses T-shirts that you gave them, man.
Yeah, they don't. They ain't rocking the high level gear, man.
It's too cold in Michigan.
It's collecting
I
dust
don't want to
over there,
hear
man.
that.
It's all good.
I don't want to hear that. Y'all have to be rocking them high level bosses shirts, right now. They gotta be rocking high level bosses shirts. You gonna get us some new shirts?
Got some new ones.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some new shirts, man. Get the updated shirts. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I want to see. I want to see it, man. I got to have J-Dog to have the signature, Don, like you got to have your signature on side of the high level boss's hat. So J-Dog and everything can be in there rocking it, man. That will be next level at that point, man. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you what I know. J-Dog,
man. Yeah. They gotta get the hat. Gotta get the hat to go with it. Yeah.
Yep.
So have to get the hat. If you don't get the hat, man, y'all missing out on it, man. But I know for a fact and everything, man, Don's gonna come out with something. I don't know. He gonna come out, man, with something. I don't know if it's hats with feathers or hats with dollar bills, man, falling down the side, man. He got y'all covered, man. So yeah. You know, I won't go ahead, man, and interrupt. I know there's some amazing questions that more people are asking. I just want to thank each and every single one of y'all, especially you, Don, especially you, J-Dog and J50, man. I really appreciate y'all for really coming on here, tapping on here, man, and saying some amazing things and really giving some amazing knowledge out here. I know there was a couple of people who asked about the pricing too as well, right? Me and Don are actually working on something, and Don can tell you guys this, where you guys will be able to afford some of the great packages that Julie and Jeremiah do have. And you're gonna have access to it really fast with some things that are definitely coming up. So you guys definitely want to stay tuned and stay tapped in to some great things that are coming to the community. So a lot of people may be asking like, well, Lambo, is it available? Can I afford it? Yes, you can afford it. We're going to give you the right path and the ways to be able to afford it and be able to go ahead and partner with this amazing team who's been really changing countless of lives since 2008, 2009. They've been really killing the game. So again, for those who are saying, you know what, I think that this Zoom was probably out of my league. I heard the prices. I got a little feel for it. Me and Don can tell you, we have literally come up with solutions and partnering with some amazing people that will be able to finance your dreams. So that way you can work with this amazing couple and allow this couple to help level you up to a whole new level. So just stay tuned in the community. We're going to make sure that we guys keep you guys posted. Don't go on ahead at all and take anything negative from this. Jump in the school community that they do have. They got an amazing school community where guys are able to learn just a little bit more. And then when that new pivot play does come, when me and Don and the entire high level bosses, man, really go ahead and really introduce this thing and unload this thing out, you guys will be able to partner with them. I'm not talking about 6 months, a year, 2 years later down the line, as fast as 90 days guaranteed. So stay tuned because it's really coming and it's coming real fast. We got a special presentation next week of two amazing people that will hit the leverage show that will definitely going to go ahead and unload that game plan and help you guys out starting next week on the 22nd. So we're going to be excited. Don is definitely going to meet that team, partner with them, and do some amazing things and bring it back to the community. So you guys stay tuned, because there's a lot of great things that are definitely getting ready to happen on the horizon and come your way. So shout out to you guys, man. I'll let you guys get back to answering all your questions. Just wanted to show my love to this wonderful team and show my love to Don. Thank you, JJC. Thank you, man, my guy, Don.
Thanks,
Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate the high level boss community, baby. High level bosses. Let's go. We out of here.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Lambo.
Let's go. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
that's amazing. Don, you didn't say anything about you had all this going on.
Oh yeah. It's community, you know. That's you know, I just motivate the people, man. I'm a motivator, and I also do the work to put them in position to, you know what I'm saying? And once they get funded, hey, I'm sending them to you guys. You know what I'm saying? Because hey, we gotta get this cash flow going on. Multiple streams of income is very important, y'all. So just know that everybody that I bring here is exclusive. It's always next level. So you know, y'all lucky to be here, man. Hey, tap in, because if you don't got the money to invest into it, I'm gonna get you funded. Right now, what we're about to start doing is selling corps with 3 trade lines on them. It'll take like 2.5 weeks for those trade lines to show up on your business profile, right? And then you get you 2 unsecured. It's gonna take you like 5 trade lines on your business credit. So, you know, I get you guys started out so you can get funded. Get you a Sam's Club card, even if you got bad credit. You know what I'm saying? Get you a Sam's Club card. Start working on it. Like I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you guys. Y'all tap into the mentorship, and I'm gonna lace your tennis shoes and get you together. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be ready. You're gonna be ready to get into this game of multiple streams of income, rocking with Jeremiah and Julianne. And after them, you know what I'm saying? It's more to come, man. We going up the high level boss way. It ain't no other place to go, y'all. So definitely gonna take y'all there.
That's amazing, because it's, you know, business credit is something that not a lot of people talk about and teach about. So you do amazing work with that, and everybody should definitely realize that's big stuff. They don't even teach that in college. They don't teach that in corporate world, right? Not at all. I mean, so it's definitely knowledge that people need to have, for sure.
Right.
I got one quick question, man. I definitely want to tap in, man, with this quick question, because I think a lot of people, when we talk about this, and we was talking earlier, and I'm talking with teams, and you guys know Lambo is running a million things a miles a minute. I want to say this, that a lot of people don't know their number. Right, Don? We was talking about this, right? Don can tell you about it. Right. What is your number, right? So when you actually partner with this amazing team, with Julie and Jeremiah, like, what really is your number? And you need to ask yourself, hey, man, you're like, my number is $100,000 a month, or $1 million a month, or $5 million a year. What is that number? Most people don't know what their number is, because they never really calculated what their expenses would take to live, what their expenses would take to scale, what their expenses would take to continue to grow wealth. So what is your number? And you need to ask yourself what that is. Julie and Jeremiah can actually show you by different things that are already put in place. Hey, if this is set up, we can actually have this number coming to you each and every single month. So that way you can hit your targets. So make sure you guys actually have realistic targets that are set in place when you actually reach out to Julie and Jeremiah, and they can really get down to some real serious numbers that allow you guys to hit your targets and scale on the way that needs to be scaled, right? So make sure you guys have that, bring all the questions to them, and they will definitely answer that, man, especially with this amazing program that they have. All right, you guys, I'm out of here officially. Later.
So Lambo was absolutely right when he was saying that, because people are like, well, how much money can you make? And I'm like, well, in this business, in this industry, it takes money to make money, because you're buying product and selling them, right? And so really, we are limited by the amount of inventory capital that you have to spend. So people are like, well, I want to make $10,000 a month. I want to make $25,000 a month. I want to make $50,000 a month. Okay, great. In order to make $50,000 a month, you need to have roughly $350,000 to $400,000 for me to spend a month in inventory capital, right? For you to profit $50,000 a month. And so people don't think about it in those terms. but I've got to be able to sell enough product for you to profit that much. And if you just take an average of 10%, if you're just doing, without even talking about wholesale, just to make my numbers easier, you have to spend 50,000 to make 5,000 in essence. Not quite that much, because there's a lot of other things involved in that, but just rough numbers. That's what you have to understand to be able to what you're going to get out of that at the end of the day and keep in your pocket, versus what you're going to take to sell it.
No doubt.
We had
Well, Don,
one more question on here. I think they might be a little bit confused. They were wanting to know about the 35K that's being asked for the startup fee. Does that include inventory, or that's before inventory?
Yeah, so that does not include inventory. So it is a $35,000 onboarding fee for the single store, and then inventory is on top of that. And inventory doesn't have to be hard cash. So it can be whether it's a credit card, a business card, a line of credit, whatever that is, but it does not have to be hard cash, because it's not going to be used or charged until a sale happens. But it does not include inventory.
And also, depending, I don't know if this is the same with the distributors and manufacturers that you guys use, but I know the ones that I use for my store, some you just basically have to ask. Some do have a net 30 or net 60 program with their business that they're willing to extend to consistent customers. So they might not extend it to you on the first time, but if you buy from them for a couple of times, as far as inventory wise, sometimes you can reach out to them and be like, hey, is there a net 60 next net 30 program that you guys do? So that way you don't have to keep spending large amounts of money on your inventory.
That is correct. That is correct. Yes. But yeah, it used to be a lot easier to get those net 30 terms. And a lot of people have just been burned on the distributor manufacturer side. So they've kind of reined that in. So if you don't want to give them financials and, 3 years of credit and references and things like that, to your point, if you do business with them for a few months and they get to know you, then they're more comfortable to give out those terms, and you don't have to hand over, your blood type and firstborn child kind of a thing. So, but yes, that is a benefit to, as you are growing in this space, in this business, that you will be able to enjoy and leverage, as you sell more and do more and scale with your store. Well, Don, we definitely appreciate letting us get in front of your community and your people. Thank you so, so much.
Thank you.
And absolutely appreciate everybody who joined and asked all the questions. Sometimes I love talking about what we do, but sometimes it's like, it may be something that they want to hear. So I love to give them the ability to ask questions too, because everybody's coming from a different point of view and a different background. And sometimes I don't always answer all the questions up front. So I'd rather you guys ask what you need to ask, and love to get them answered. So thank you, Don. And thank you everyone for your time and attention. And you can get a hold of us. You can go on my IG. You can email me and I'm gonna put my email address in the chat here for everyone. You can email me directly, and I promise to get back to you all. Let me know that, hey, I was on the webinar with Don, the Credit God. And if you have some questions or you want to reach out, anything that you want to do or ask about that, please don't be afraid to reach out, because the only bad question is the one that doesn't get asked. So definitely ask your questions or get connected, and love to get you signed up. So.
No doubt. Hey, it's been so next level just having y'all here, man. Y'all some high level man. Y'all some high level minds, man. Like really, just to bring you guys here. Hey, I'm telling you, I mean, this is a blessing, man. Real talk. Like, I'm here to put y'all in position, man, to get your businesses funded. So once your business get funded, you know who to reach out to. Jeremiah and Julianne, man, they're gonna lace your tennis shoes, they're gonna get you together, man. Yeah. They're gonna get you together. Absolutely.
Because you need multiple streams of income. You need 7 to 10, right? That's what the millionaire billionaires have. And because you never know what's going to happen to one of them. And so you don't want to be left hanging in the air without any money coming in. So it's definitely a good
Yeah.
thing. And with us, you can get at least 3, sometimes more. Just depends on how many markets you want to go to.
That's that boss talk. That's that boss talk right there, Julia. Yeah. Talk that boss talk. No
So
doubt.
thank you so much, everyone, for your time and energy. And Don, thanks for hosting this. It's been a real pleasure. And thank you for getting Jeremiah to talk, because he doesn't know. You're the second one I think that he's been on. So he doesn't do
I
it very
gotta get
often.
on. I gotta get on for him and Lambo. That's what I do.
God, man, you be in the cut. You be in the lab in the cut. Like, okay, salute,
He's
man.
usually behind the computer screen doing all the calculations and stuff like that. So I love that when he gets out front.
Yeah, that's next level, man. I just I look forward to having y'all, welcoming y'all back again. You know what I'm saying? Maybe next time we we turning up. We turning up, you know what I'm saying? Every webinar I do, I try to turn it up a notch. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
We all
You
have
know
to do
what
better
would be,
tomorrow than what we did today. So that was awesome.
No
you
doubt.
know what I would love? I would love, if everyone who would love to sign up, like if you can get that list, who would just love to sign up, not just say, hey man, I'm ready today, but Don, you can get that list together of people, man, who would love to really partner with them, and just say, man, I would love to really do this, and we can put together a time frame and a game plan that would really put it together and allow them to be able to go to that next level. That would be even more. And just not just that, if they're living in the area or they want to fly up and get a chance to want to take a look at the warehouse and kind of see how they're actually being making money. Like that's a firsthand tour that they would love to go ahead and do and share with everybody who's a part of that, man. And they got a really nice facility, y'all. I'm not lying. It's no facility where you walk up in that warehouse and you're looking around and you're like, I feel like I'm in New York City somewhere, y'all. This is really, really nice on what they're doing out there. And Don knows he's been out there, man, me and him both, man, and got a chance to really, man, enjoy Julian, Jeremiah, and the entire family, man. So it's really a full operation that you guys will be able to see how really next level people actually really do it. It's not just, regular just level where I know a lot of people are saying we got VAs out here and the VAs are doing this and VAs are doing that. It's not that. They're really touching it with their 2 hands and their staff. So that is the next level part that you won't really see too much out here. My 2 cents. I'm gonna let y'all go now.
Lambo's right. All of our employees are here in the United States, which is important to us. It's not that we don't leverage other companies in different countries. We do, but all the employees that interact with our clients and our distributors are located here. And we do that for client protection when it comes to their stores, because like I said, Amazon in particular is the best at tracking IP addresses. eBay is quite up on it as well. And so you have to be careful about who is accessing and where they're accessing it from, even with a child access. Because as a client, you always maintain your primary access and only give out child access to us and our team in order to do what we need to do. So.
No doubt. All right, so we got any more questions?
I think I've got them all covered, but maybe I missed one or two. That's why I was trying to go back through to see. And please, anybody raise your hand if I missed one.
Any question, guys? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, questions is not a stupid question. Don't think that it's a stupid question. If it's on your mind, just ask it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, while we here.
Absolutely.
I
didn't see we had.
I got one for you,
Chicago.
Julie. So he asked this a lot from people. What makes us different than everybody else out there?
One of the things I think is different is because I feel we are very strong in our customer service. So I don't hand you off to a VA. I don't collect your check and say, okay, and then never talk to you again. I'm still on the meetings with my clients because I'm invested in their success and be able to do that. And I can only do that because we do have a really strong team that can support what happens in the back office, in the back end. And so that I can still be out there and know what's going on with our client stores. And that's important to me because, and it's important to Jeremiah, because when you guys come on board with us, we are partners with you because my paycheck can grow if your paycheck grows. But if your paycheck isn't growing, mine doesn't either. And so we always want to make sure that that's growing. And this is one of the few industries that we can directly affect that by simply putting up a lot more listings and getting up, your store up and running in the faster amount of time. And then getting you scaled, right? So I can come out of the gate selling hundreds of thousands of dollars in your store, but your store will get shut down. It will. There's a cadence to every marketplace that we have to maintain and make sure that the stores stay within so that you're not outside those rules. The marketplaces have to get to know you as a seller and make sure that you're going to take good care of their customers. And so we have to do that in a cadence. There's a little bit of a recipe to that has to go into effect so that we scale your store and still going up. And then after about 3-4 months, we can kind of take those bumpers get taken off by the marketplaces. And then we can really put some gas to that flame and make sure that it skyrockets out. But for the first 3-4 months, we have to be careful because you're going to have listings go in and sales happening. And I mean, Jeremiah and I even myself, I've been up sometimes in the middle of the night. If we have a technology situation that we have to get corrected, we have to get it corrected ASAP. Because if we have new stores coming on board with us, those new stores are super sensitive. They are just like a baby in that way because you have to take very, very good care of them and nurture them in order for them to become an adult store. And that's out of, after 6 months, I kind of can take my breath a little bit more, or we can as a team, because you've had a really good foundation. We've laid that, you've done really well. And then we can just simply scale after that. But those first 6 months, just like with a newborn baby, you have to be really careful with them because they cry really loud. And if they cry, Amazon will shut you down. Like you have to be very, very cautious and careful with that. And so we take care of our clients and I stand with them. It's not that things don't come up because it's a business, but I can tell you this with certainty. When they come up, it's my job to be the first one to say, hey, there's an issue. I want to let you know we're handling it. It's getting resolved, but here's the issue. And then because that's what we have to do, that's what we need to do. And that's what our responsibility is. So we definitely stand beside and behind our clients every step of the way, and their success is our success.
No doubt.
Absolutely. So, by the way, this is Boss Lady Knows again. I just want to share my experience because I do have an Amazon store, and I had an Amazon store before meeting Julian and Jeremiah. Just speaking from experience, if I would have known Julian and Jeremiah, I probably would have looked into going with one of their programs first, because I personally didn't know anything about Amazon. As soon as you get onto Amazon, you're like, oh my God, you're overwhelmed by all the data and all the information that they're asking you. So my first instinct was to go with a VA. So I went with the VA, signed a contract. So now I'm stuck in this contract where I'm paying like $3,500 a month to this VA when I could have just paid an upfront fee and had everything done. On top of paying them $3,500 a month, I also have to worry about my inventory. I also have to worry about my products. And so my biggest thing was I wanted to go with my niche. I know I'm good at designs and I know I'm good with hair. So hair care products, wigs, extensions. I don't know if I have any girlies in here, but if you know anything about hair, hair is a big seller, especially now in 2024. Mm-hmm. People are buying wigs and extensions and braiding hair and all types of things. So I was like, okay, yes, I can go on Amazon and sell all my products. But what happened was my vendor dropped out. I had to worry about finding another vendor with good quality. Then I had to worry about the prices jumping up. Then I had to worry about finding somewhere to store all this product. And right here, we have Julian and Jeremiah that have their own warehouse. They have this upfront fee But me personally, I would have preferred to pay up front and let them do everything on the back, on the back end. That way I can kind of sit back, monitor if anything needs to be fixed. I can go ahead and I'm pretty sure she'll relate to me or he will relate to me. Hey, we have something going on with the store. We need to figure out what we're going to do about it. But dealing with the VA, it was a lot of communication error. Don could probably vouch for that as well. Sometimes you get people that don't speak very good English, and you're like,
I fired like about 9 of them. You remember that last webinar we had? I got them out of there.
You're like, I can't understand what you're saying, and like they're trying, and then the time zone difference, y'all. That's one of the biggest issues we had. When I'm up, they're asleep. When they're asleep, I'm up. So it's like I never could get in contact with somebody. So to have somebody within the US, to have somebody that has their own warehouse, if money is not, let's just take money out the equation, because we all know that Don the credit guy can get us the funds. This is a great opportunity for you to scale your business, create passive income, additional income, and still be able to sit back and say, I got this store, and they're basically on autopilot. It's a great opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you. Hey, if I can connect you, I do have some really good suppliers in Turkey. They make a wonderful hair product. Let me know. Reach out to me. I'd happy to share that with you too.
Okay, most definitely.
It's a high-level boss party, man. Hey, y'all really lit up this webinar, man. Like with like, it was very intricate with the details and everything. Like, it's definitely not like any more questions, anybody. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just, hey, go ahead. Cause we about to, because I know that y'all got another meeting coming up too, right? Y'all doing it like
Yes. Today was the day. Today was the day to do it. So yeah.
It looks like one question I'm seeing is, how much money do I have to invest before I start to earn income? And are you saying I'll be investing 4 to 6 months before I go into the green?
So when I say that you'll be cash flowing within the first 60 days, that means you're going to have sales, right? And so now the number of sales within the first 60 days, I don't guarantee that, but I do guarantee within the first 90 days that you would have at least $10,000 in sales. For us, it's a low bar because we always want to, I'd rather under promise and over deliver than the opposite, right? But I also know that no two stores start alike. And so I do give a little bit of breathing room for both. But when you're looking at investing, so you have a $35,000 upfront cost with us, right? And then whatever your inventory cost as it sells. Typically speaking, provided you have at least $30,000 to $40,000 in inventory capital available for me to spend, within 6 to 8 months, our clients have gotten that onboarding feedback and been profitable. So that would be in the green. Okay. So 6 to 8 months to be in the green, including the upfront onboarding fee.
No doubt. All right, and then for you people, like I said again, you know, y'all know to tap in with high level bosses. You know what I'm saying? Join the mentorship, or you know, I do Age Corps. So Age Corps is very important when people are just starting out a business. I mean, that's cool if you got good credit, you know, but if you got like a 620 credit score, holla at me, get with me. You know what I'm saying? I get you an Age Corp. We'll put 3 trade lines on it. In the next couple of weeks, I'm about to turn you up. You're gonna get funded. You're gonna get funded in, say, like about a couple of months. You know what I'm saying? So it's steps to this, guys. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I made that package available with an Age Corp and 3 secure trade lines on it. So you can invest in yourself and be able to turn up, scale, and get to your monthly income. Because this is what we striving for. This is what we, this is what we in it for. It is the cash flow. That's the livelihood of all businesses. You know what I'm saying? No matter what it is. So this scalability right here, when you're dealing with the Amazon, having the Amazon store and the credit line, you know what I'm saying? Like to have a credit line, the credit, because that we do funding with business credit card stacking as well. So, once your business credit is up to par, we can get you funded strictly off the EIN, and you got to work on your personal too. get your credit score at like a 700, 720. Okay, you're gonna be good to go. You know, and I'm put those trade lines on your business credit, and you know we're gonna get you funded. And once you get funded, the money, what you gonna do with it? Jeremiah, Julianne, you tap in with them, you're gonna be in some good hands. You know, with your Amazon store, so you can elevate and get to the next level. You know, and this is just another one of the many webinars that's I'm about to be putting out here with exclusive. You know, like I keep it exclusive. This high level bosses, man. I gotta, so more exclusive guests will be coming to the webinars. But yeah, definitely Jeremiah, Julianne, man, they just next level, man. It's awesome to even come across these guys. They from the hometown too. We out here in Michigan with it, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? They out here really crushing it. You know what I'm saying? So you guys just tap in. You know what I'm saying? You got any questions? Reach out to me. You know I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get back to you. And we got y'all contacts. We got your Instagram. Y'all drop that. Your email. You can reach out to them, to Jeremiah, Julianne. Tell them that you got on this webinar. So we're Down to Credit Guy, High Level Bosses, and we're gonna take it from there. You know what I'm saying? Nothing but next level vibes, man. It's High Level Bosses, man.
Absolutely. And we look forward to working for all of you guys. So come on board, reach out to us, let us know what we can do, and be more than happy to help out. And we do have, so if you don't want the done for you option, I forgot to drop this earlier. We just launched our school version, which is a DIY, but we put a whole bunch of content in there to help you figure out and some tips and trips, our best practices, a lot of potholes to avoid that we've been able to take the, hit for you guys over the years, because it's been almost 20 years in this business. So, and the marketplaces change all the time, but that's what we keep up on and make sure that we know and see what's going on. So absolutely would love to reach out and connect with you guys, whether it's going to a school, which is the SKOOL. And then, yep, we just put the school community link in there. And but Instagram, so all of them. So if you're looking to do it yourself and you say, no, I don't have the funds right now, I'm waiting to get funded through Don, but I want to get some more knowledge about it, join the school community, and more than happy, you're going to learn all the goods and bads and pros and cons. Because you gotta know real, right? And real business, there's pros and cons to everything. And so you need to know what you're getting into, and what things that you can expect and what you should and shouldn't be doing on the marketplaces and from our experience to be able to do that. So thank you so much, Don. Thank you to the community. Really appreciate you guys tonight. And keeping up and love the energy. And Don, you're doing an amazing job. So thank you.
No doubt. Thank you, man. Thank y'all, man. Hey, it's all love, man, with y'all guys, man. Hey, that's what it is, man. We next level, man. Next level, man. I'm proud to bring y'all
Absolutely.
man, and introduce y'all to my community. You know what I'm saying? We going up the High Level Boss way, and I mean it. I'm standing on it. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
we
Thank
trying
you.
to looking to turn y'all cash flow up, man. You talk about 6 figures a month, you can live your life. You can really do a lot of high level things, man. You can really, it's a lot that you can do, and it's like I'll say at least 80,000 a month is next level. You can live the life of a millionaire, literally. Literally, I'm telling you this. At least 80,000. Me and Lambo was talking about this earlier. We got it down to a science to really scale y'all with the steps that it's gonna take. It's just steps. Like my mentorship is like 5,000, right? For you people that can't afford the 5,000, because I got a few people that's just been working on it. Like Don, man, I'm still working on it, man. Hey, sooner or later, man, I'm telling you, I'm gonna be ready. But this time, I'm letting y'all know, I got an Age Corp that you can buy for 2,000, right? And it's coming with 3 trade lines. Okay. All right. So you get you 2 unsecured trade lines and go to work. Go to Sam's Club, get a membership there. The next week after that, go apply for that card. Probably get you like a 20 or 30K limit, strictly off the EIN, not your personal credit. Open up you a business account, put the money in there, start moving the money around, right? You're gonna get funded in no time. And you had the funds. So like I said, man, this is one of the many, and I'm just proud to have Jeremiah, Julianne, first off, you know what I'm saying, for the first webinar for me to welcome some guests to the webinar, to High Level Bosses. And it's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. We're going up the High Level Boss way. I'm standing on that, man. If y'all really want to be some good business people and be able to scale and get your cash flow, you know what I'm saying, and make money while you sleep, you know what I'm saying? Like, literally, this is passive income strategies that we use. And, you know, the people that's are the professionals, are the experts in that field, I bring it here. You know what I'm saying? So y'all already know, tap in, man. I'm gonna get you together. And again,
Appreciate you, Don.
right,
Appreciate
man.
you guys.
Appreciate you, Don.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Y'all have a great evening.
All right, 100. High Level Bosses. If y'all want to talk about business credit, I'm leaving it open. Or, you know, for the people that's trying to get on, y'all just reach out to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm around. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking to really elevate y'all and take y'all to the next level financially. You know what I'm saying? With your cash flow. Because if you got 100K, you got 50, 30K, 100K don't mean nothing if you're not cash flowing it every month. So, you know, I'm here to really get y'all there. You know, we're literally just 2,000. You know, we starting to work on you. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it'll take like 2.5 weeks for those 3 trade lines to post on your business credit. You know what I'm saying? Once you get the A's court from you. So, yeah, you know, I'm going to show you the steps. But yeah, tap into that mentorship, man. If you want to know the ins and outs of business credit in general, you know what I'm saying? To know the mechanics of it. Tap into the webinar. Tap into the mentorship, and I'm gonna take you to the next level, man. Like literally, you're gonna get some business credit software so you be able to fund people because you got the data points of thousands of different lenders from tier 1 to tier 4, and you got 5 years access to it for 5 years, and it's constantly updating because we're working directly with the underwriters, so we know all the data points that the data points is right there on the business credit software. Soon as you tap into the mentorship. So I got those different packages. You know, just reach out to me. You know, I'm not hard to find. For the people that's in here, you know my Telegram, my Instagram, Don the Credit Guide. Reach out to me on Facebook, Instagram, or Telegram. And yeah, reach out to me. I'm not hard to find. You know, I will leave something in the chat. Davina, are you around?
Hello. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Drop my links in the chat so just so they can tap in if they
Yeah,
need to.
okay, well.
All right, she about to drop all my links in the chat, and you know, y'all tap in. highlevelbosses.com. Go there. You got any questions about people that like about business credit? You know, just go ahead and ask your questions. But we about to get up out of here, man. I'm about to call it a wrap. You know. But yep, that's what it is, man. Hey, till the next time, man. Down the Credit Guy, High Level Bosses. Let's go.